Video tutorial, I'll be showing you the various options available to you for the rectangular selection tool and ellipse selection tool, and I'm going to start with how to make a selection. You left click, hold that mouse button, and then let go of the left mouse button when you want to finish the selection. To finalize your before you finalize your selection, you can change the size and shape of your selection with these handlebars located around the edges of the selection. So you go ahead, click enter to finalize your selection, and your selection is made. You also have the mode options of different types of selection. The one that's currently selected is replace the current selection, so that if you make a new selection, the previous selection disappears. The next option is add to the current selection, so if I make another selection, the previous one does not disappear. See? And so if I use the bucket fill tool to fill one, it'll fill both at the same time, because these are two selections of the same. Now the other option is subtract from the current selection. If I select that and select over nothing, nothing will happen. If I select over a previous selection, then that selection is deleted. See? The next option is intersect with current selection. So what will only stay behind is what's intersecting. For example, if I select this much and hit the enter key, only what falls in between that intersecting selections will stay, like a Venn diagram. Now the next option that you have, changing my mode back to the this one. The next option that you have is feathering edges. So if you make an object like right over here, a selection over here, it looks like the corners are curved, but that's not what it's doing. What it's doing is making a gradient around the edges, such that if I fill it with the bucket fill tool, it makes a gradient. See? Right along the edges. That's what feathering does. The next option that you have is the round corner tool, round corner option. And so if I make a selection, let me just Ctrl Z all of this. So if I make a selection, it will make a box but with round corners. This is pretty good if you make infographics. You don't want like sharp corners, but round corners that is pleasing to the eye. See? The next option that you have, and by the way, round corners isn't available for the ellipse tool, but the other ones are. See? Now the next option that you have, and by the way, you can control the roundness of the corners over here. Okay? So if I make a selection here, and then I can change the roundness of the corners. See? Anyways, again, the next option that you have is expand from the center. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's say you click on the center of this image, and then you expand. You'll see that indeed the selection expands from the center. Okay? The next option that you have is fixed aspect ratio. For example, if you want to make a square, use 1:1 aspect ratio. I'll go ahead and make a square. So it doesn't matter how you drag it, it'll always make a square, because that is the aspect ratio. And similarly, if you want to make a circle of even radius all around from the center point, you can fix the aspect ratio to 1:1. Alright, now let's see. Is that it? It looks like that's it. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'd appreciate it if you like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Bye.